begin tonight with a stunning new interview from the man who calls himself Putin's butcher. Yevgeny Prigozhin is calling on the Russian president to declare martial law, warning that if he doesn't, there could be a new Russian revolution. Prigozhin was blunt. He said the war is a disaster and people are angry at the Russian elites, many of whom have been photographed abroad, sunning themselves on beaches. He called on President Putin to draft the children of Russian oligarchs to fight on the front lines, saying, "My advice to Russian elites, get your lads, send them to war, and when you go to the funeral, when you start burying them, people will say that now everything is fair." Prigozhin made the remarks in an interview with a pro-Kremlin journalist. Hours after the interview was released, the journalist was fired. Average Russian citizens would go to jail for saying what Prigozhin did, but he wields enormous power. He leads the Wagner Group, a private military unit which just captured the eastern Ukrainian city of Bakhmut this week. He claims 20,000 of his fighters died in the battle. Most of them were prisoners who were poorly trained and equipped and threatened with death if they tried to desert. 1 year and 4 months into the fighting, is Russia's invasion of Ukraine failing? The head of the Wagner Group says it is. Here to break it all down is NewsNation senior national security contributor, retired Lieutenant General Richard Newton, and retired Brigadier General Peter Zwack. Gentlemen, great to have you back on the show. General Zwack, just your reaction. These remarks are stunning.
Your word, Elizabeth, stunning, is that it's extraordinary. In a autocratic, increasingly authoritarian state such as Russia, to have a firebrand like Prigozhin, who was or is or was in Putin's inner circle, is saying incendiary things and divisive things, and it's going to inevitably. It will create problems. He singled out the oligarchs and the moneyed interests there. He talks about, can you believe it? He talks about revolution, and he puts it in the context of 1917. That's incendiary.
Yeah,
and Putin has got to manage this somehow.
How does he do that?
Well, that's a great point. I don't know. Prigozhin has developed his own following. Almost, it's sort of almost a vicious cult following. The man is very smart. He may have political aspirations. He may want, and so all of this has to be disconcerting to the Kremlin, but also, friends, disconcerting to the Russian populations here, hearing all of this, that desperately want to believe in the regime's narrative, and now they're getting Prigozhin, a populist, giving an absolutely contrary view. It is extraordinary, and it won't, status quo like this cannot continue. Also, he's called out the military and created a lot of infighting.
General Newton, he was particularly blunt. General Zwack was just talking about this, about the elites, and saying this division might end as in 1917 with a revolution, when the soldiers rise up and then their loved ones follow. Is he tapping into a sentiment that does already exist in Russia?
I think Peter summed it up great. He's almost as if he's conducting his own information campaign based on the heels of really what is a tough fight, several months fight in Bakhmut, as he mentioned on his numbers, losing 20,000 soldiers and many thousands more wounded in action. And so this is going to be a very difficult thing for Putin to overcome, because he's trying to balance not only him on the world stage, but also trying to maintain some modicum of control of the narrative, certainly the people in Russia. And so it's very difficult. And you get, Prigozhin to come now up on the net, if you will, and talk about, Russia's fate is going to be, again, very much challenged because of the war, the way it's going on right now. All the while, we're about ready to kick off the spring offensive. And so it's a very good timing all the way around for Russia and Putin.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.